The other day, Nickelodeon. I remember you telling me like follow you guys. I'm so nervous. I'll follow you guys to this thing.
Everybody, Darryl McDaniels, Run DMC, give a round of applause again. This is, we did an extensive hip hop unit, and it ended up on Run DMC. That's how extensive. So we studied. It's like that. And we picked out Run DMC style, and we incorporated it into Down by the Bay. And that's what you're about to hear.
DMC will read from his children's book, Darryl's Dream. Let's give a big round of applause to Darryl DMC.
How's everybody feeling? First of all, Down by the Bay was incredible. Better than 99.9% of all the hip-hop songs out today. Now, how many of y'all heard of Run DMC? Okay, cool. Like I just said, I'm no different from you. I was a young boy growing up in Queens, New York, just like most of you here, and I got teased, bullied, and picked on. I'm gonna read you this story about me in the 3rd grade, and then I'll take some of your questions. So are you ready? Yeah. I'm gonna show you that I'm no different from any of you. Let me hear you say, here we go. Here we go. Darryl loved third grade. He especially loved music class and writing. "Great job, Darryl," said his teacher as she handed him back his poem. There was a big A+ on it. "You should recite this at the talent show." "Really?" asked Darryl. He was proud of his poem, but he wondered, was it really that good? After school, Darryl headed to the talent show sign-up sheet. He wrote his name at the very bottom. "What do you think you're doing?" said a boy named Charlie. "What talent do you have?" Darryl didn't know what to say, so he held up his poem. "Wow, what a nerd," said Charlie, "and you have the dumb glasses to match." A girl named Denise joined in. "Look, guys, Darryl's so weird with his stupid poems and his stupid A+. He's going to make a fool out of himself at the talent show." Everyone laughed. Darryl was so upset that he crossed his name off the sheet. By the time Darryl got home, he felt totally defeated. "Mom," he said, "I wish I didn't wear big glasses and get good grades. The other kids don't like me." "Not everyone will like you, Darryl," his mom said. "What's important is that you like yourself and stay true to who you are." Darryl didn't agree. He ran upstairs into his room. "I wish I could be someone else," said Darryl as he fell asleep that night. Before long, he drifted off into a dream. Darryl's dream was amazing. He flew all the way through space and up to the stars. "Hello, Darryl," said a voice that echoed all around him. "Here, you can be anyone or anything you want. Just wish it." "I wish those mean kids liked me," said Darryl. "As you wish," said the voice. Suddenly, Darryl was big and strong. He was hanging out with the kids who made fun of him. But something was wrong. Darryl didn't feel like himself. So he thought of another wish. "I want to be something everyone likes," said Darryl, "like the coolest sports car in the world." "As you wish," said the voice. Poof! Darryl turned into a supercharged hot rod. He looked amazing. People stood around him and admired his shiny new finish. Then he heard a noise from up above. "Look, a helicopter," said someone in the crowd. It didn't take long before everyone forgot about Darryl. "Wow," said Darryl, "even the best hot rod isn't a helicopter. Guess I better wish for something else." Darryl thought for a moment before he had an idea. "I wish to be the best version of myself." "As you wish," said the voice. Suddenly, Darryl found himself inside a recording studio. There were instruments everywhere, and there was lots of fancy equipment. The walls were lined with gold records. Darryl looked at one of the awards and saw in the picture he was grown up. He still had his glasses, and he looked cool in them. Darryl was about to pick up a drumstick when he heard a loud ringing. His alarm clock. He was going to be late for school. Darryl rushed to get ready, but he took a moment to stop and look in the mirror. His glasses didn't look so bad after all. "Ready for school?" asked his mom. "More than ever," said Darryl. He grabbed his poem and he ran out the door. Outside school, Darryl saw the kids who had picked on him making fun of another smart kid. "Stop that," said Darryl. "You guys think you're so cool, but you aren't." At school, Darryl marched to the sign-up sheet and put his name back on it. "I'm going to do my poem at the talent show, and I don't care what anyone thinks." That afternoon, it was time for the talent show. Darryl waited backstage for his cue. He put on a new hat, pushed up his glasses, and he held on to his poem. He was very nervous, just like I'm really nervous reading this to you right now. But I'm going to do it anyway. As he was waiting, the mean kids came backstage. "You can't perform without your poem," said Charlie. He grabbed the paper from Darryl and he ripped it up. "Yeah, and you look silly in that hat," Denise chimed in. All the kids laughed. Just when Darryl thought it couldn't get worse, he was called to the stage. Darryl froze in the spotlight. What was he going to do? He thought of what his mom had told him. "I can do this. I just need to be myself." Darryl took a deep breath and grabbed the microphone. He rhymed about reading comic books and drawing superheroes. He rhymed about loving school and making friends. He even rhymed about how one day he would go to college. The crowd was shocked. "What a weirdo!" someone yelled. But Darryl kept going. He rhymed about bullies in school. He rhymed about what his mom had taught him. He even rhymed about his glasses. As the words flowed out of him, the crowd rose to their feet cheering. Darryl was finally being himself, and it felt amazing. After the show, Darryl ran into Charlie and Denise. "Wow, Darryl," said Denise, "I didn't know poems could sound like that. That was really cool." "Me neither," added Charlie. "Can you teach me how to write poems just like you?" Darryl smiled. "I'll help you," he said. "But you shouldn't write poems like me. You should write poems like Charlie." Darryl McDaniels, that's me, boys and girls, followed his dream and went on to become hip-hop pioneer DMC. He traveled the world spreading his personal style and message of love and confidence to millions. His glasses even became a symbol of hip-hop fashion. Darryl, that's me, still loves music and continues to teach children to be themselves and follow their dream. Repeat after me. School is just practice. To prepare me for whatever it is that I'm going to be doing when I get older. His last page is called Darryl's Rap. And you can ask your teachers, you can ask your mother and father, and boys and girls, I've been around so long, your grandmother and grandfather know who I am. A lot of what I wrote in my rap came true. Check this out. Let me introduce myself. You can call me Darryl. You can call me D. The initials of my name are DMC. D from Darryl, MC from McDaniels. Darryl McDaniels, that's my name. One day I'm going to be in the Hall of Fame. In 2009, my group was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Right next to Michael Jackson and the Rolling Stones, Elvis Presley, and the Beatles. Repeat after me. Education is information that will allow for my transformation. See, since kindergarten, my success started when I was in kindergarten. I acquired the knowledge. After 12th grade, I'm going straight to college. I'm a nice kid from Hollis, Queens, and check it out, y'all. I love eating chicken and collard greens. I read comic books and I love to draw. I've been drawing superheroes since I was 4. I get good grades and I love school because education is really cool. Now check this out. I I wear my glasses. They help me see there's a lot of other kids who are just like me. Being good is like AB. It's as easy as 1, 2. 3. Being good is like AB. 3. It's as easy as 1, 2. 4. I like playing games and making friends, but I don't get mad if I don't win. Don't be a bully. Don't tease others. Treat each other like sisters and brothers. Call me Darryl McDaniels or Darryl Mack, and you can call this poem. That's my rap. My question to you is, what is your rap? In order for you to truly be great, you gotta realize the greatness in others. When I met you, what's your name? Say that again? So when I meet you, I'm like, yo, what's up, C? I'm gonna call you C from right now. You call me D. And I'll be like, yo, what you wanna do, Cooper? And you be like, I like music. And I go, oh my God, you like music? I like poetry. And then what's your name? Connor. Then you say, why don't you put your poetry to the music? And we put the poetry to the music. That's how we like hip hop. So when I put my poetry with your music, when we work together, we create something that's awesome. And then you see that, and you go, yo, you know what I want to do to the poetry and the music? I feel like dancing. And then you start break dancing and spinning on your head all around the room. See, that's how hip hop came together. And while us three was over here doing this, Inyo looked at us and said, yo, that's really cool. We said, yo, what do you like to do? He's like, I like to do art, I like to draw. And then y'all know what graffiti is, right? Graffiti, and then you start doing the graffiti. So right then and there, by working together, we just played music, we did poetry, we danced, and we created art. So that's the reason why I wrote Darryl's Dream, because everybody has a dream. Now, I'm gonna take some other questions. Good morning, what's your question?
How did you think of the idea for this story?
I wanted to tell a story that everybody, young and old, could relate to. Yeah, how old are you? You're 9 years old. I'm 60 years old. I've been around a long time, but me and you got a lot in common. You know what we have in common? One of the things that we got in common is I went to school. So I told a story about me being in school because you're 9, I'm 60, but we both go through the same things, right? You like ice cream? So we have some in common. What's your name? Pleasure meeting you. Good morning.
How did you choose the illustrator for your book?
That's a great question. She asked me, how did I choose an illustrator for the book? When I wrote my story, it felt like it had a certain vibe to it. So I had to look at like 20 different artists. Yeah, this is a lot of work. Making a book is a lot of work. The easy part is coming up with the story. The hard part is finding somebody's art that fits the feeling of your story. The way my story was written, this art really goes with the story.
Do you still make music?
Do I still make music? Yes. I tour the world probably 322 days a year. Madison asked me why I wanted to become a musician. That's a real great question, Madison. I didn't want to become a musician. I wanted to draw and create comic books. I wanted to tell stories through the comic books. And I never wanted to be a musician. But when hip hop came over the bridge to Queens from the Bronx, I was like, oh shoot, you can tell stories of who you are over music. So I just started writing a bunch of raps, Madison. I was just writing for me. So Ryan, my partner, he was in the music business since he was 15. So he just came over my house one day and he saw what I was writing. And he looked at me in 8th grade and he said, when I make a group, I'll put you in my group. And I was like, yeah, right, whatever. I graduated high school, went to St. John's University. That summer, thank you, the phone rang. And Ron was like, hey. I was like, what? Remember 4 years ago when I said, if I ever make a record, I'm putting you in my group? I was like, yeah. He was like, grab your rhymes, we're going to the studio. Yeah, it was that easy. Excuse me, what's your name?
Alexis.
What's your question?
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book? It's a book that I read in school And it was about this young girl named Pippi Longstocking. Pippi Longstocking is the greatest superhero. Yes, stand up. What's your name? Okay. What advice would I give to someone who needs help being confident? If you want to know about confidence, how you be confident is you fail and 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 fail until you get it right. When I first started in the music business, we went to 50 record companies asking people to put my music out. You know what they told me? No, you're not good enough. We could have gave up. But we said, you know what? I'm going to go one more time. After 50 no's, we went to 51 meetings and finally got the yes. So I came here this morning, boys and girls, to send all of you a message. This is very important before I close out. For the rest of your successful lives, when you hear a Run DMC song, I don't want y'all to look at me like I'm a celebrity.
You are.
No, don't call me a celebrity. That is something I could never be. I am you and you are me, and that's the only way it'll be for eternity. I'm not above you. I'm with you. You know my music. Christmas time comes around. I know you heard my Christmas song. Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens, rice and stuff and macaroni and cheese. The Santa puts gifts under Christmas trees. Decorate the house with lights at night. Snow's on the ground, snow white so bright. You heard my record before, right? This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right on time. It's tricky is the time. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around. That's right on time. It's tricky. What is it? It's tricky to rock around, that's right on time, it's tricky. It's tricky. Oh, yes, that song. When you hear that song, I want you to think of me. I was just like you. I was in the 3rd grade getting teased, bullied, and picked on. But I had a desire to become the king of this hip-hop thing. I'm not just a rapper. I didn't just change hip-hop. Ask anybody, ask in the story, Run DMC changed the world. So before I leave here, I came here to deliver this message to you. Once again, repeat after me. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Just the way I am. And because I am me, there is nothing I won't be able to do. But I know in order to be real great, I must see the greatness in others. I respect myself, but I also respect everybody else. Thank you.